Box. It's time for our podcast.
It's Friday then. It's Saturday, Sunday. What?
You're listening to the Pitwall Girls podcast.
I am so excited to say the words. Pitwall Girls are back and better than ever. Welcome to our 2.0 season. I am Darlene, your co-host, joined by a new co-host, Ashley. Live from London, of course.
Live from London. So excited to be here.
I know Ashley is so excited to be doing the podcast again, and I am so excited to be doing the podcast again as well. Even though I've been on a hiatus, F1 has been at full speed behind the scenes. We've been going to races. We've made incredible friends, incredible connections, and that was definitely taking up a lot. And also, as most F1 girlies, we do this as a habit, as a passion. It is not our full-time jobs. I mean, how cool would it be if it was our jobs? But it's not.
It could be.
Not yet. It could be. But yeah, anyways, podcasting takes up a lot, but it also gives us so much community, meeting so many people. My life is definitely fuller for it. So I'm really excited to be back podcasting for the 2026 season. My favorite driver, Lando Norris, is our reigning world drivers champion, and that's honestly really exciting. I feel like I was watching the Australian GP and I just felt calm because Lando is already world champion. I don't have that anxiety of like, oh my god, will my favorite driver ever like win? You don't feel that because your favorite driver is
Max.
So you came into the sport with your favorite driver being world champion 3 times. So I don't know if you can relate to that. But I mean, we love them all. We love all the drivers.
I feel if you're not feeling anxious, Lando's not feeling anxious, and I think that's very important.
Okay, we're channeling the good vibes.
We are. We're manifesting for him another amazing season. Even though I love Max, I support all, especially Lando, especially for you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I support them all. The 2019 are just my rookies, you know? 2019 rookies are my boys.
Yeah.
Which, if you're near to F1, you know, there's a rookie class. 2019 was Lando, George, Charles, and Alex. And I just feel like I am most in tune with that group of drivers.
Yeah.
And now we have 22 drivers. There's so many new stuff going on. So something really cool. Too much. Something really cool about what we're doing with the podcast is that Ashley is a newer fan. She got into the sport. How did you get into F1, Ashley?
My really good friend Darlene got me into the sport, and then she got me on this podcast. So, you know, it's just crazy the way things work out.
Okay, my mission is good because the mission is to bring more F1 fangirls into the sport. So you're living proof of that.
Yeah.
And you can watch Drive to Survive on and off, but I mean, tell everyone what was your first Grand Prix that you attended.
It's very funny because obviously when you just start liking something, you know, you get warmed up with Drive to Survive, whatever. It just so happens that my first race happened to be Monaco, which is quite the way to start. That's not surprising
Monaco
for us at all. Is that surprising?
It's not surprising for you at all. Because
Darlene is the kind of friend that when she wants to get you into something, where does she take you? To Monaco. And it worked.
We take you to the pinnacle of motorsports racing.
And it worked. It works.
I really needed a new co-host, so I had that plan all along.
She rolled out the red carpet. She was like, this sport, Formula One, we're going to Monaco.
Okay, so today we are going to be talking about the season opener, Australia. We will go back and talk about our amazing adventures in Monaco, and we also went to Zandvoort together, which was an unbelievable experience. Best day, best weekend of 2025 for me, for sure. So we will go back and give you more backstory, but today's our trial run. This is actually our second take. We are giving Aston Martin with not being prepared, but we really wanted to just go ahead, get back on the mics. So if we're all over the place, that's how we're gonna roll. But yeah, today we're talking about Aus GP, which I watched live. I did stay up. It was crazy. Nobody told me being a fangirl I would lose so much sleep.
All weekend. You did qualifying too?
I did half of qualifying at night and the other half in the morning. So I'm in New York. Ashley's in London. When did you watch the race?
I watched it this morning on the train. So I'm trying to be dedicated, but I just couldn't do 4 a.m.
No, that was an
Darlene's better than
illegal
me.
time. Illegal time for the Brits.
Illegal. Yeah. Sundays, yeah, not possible.
Well, I think that the 2026 season is off to a stellar start. What do you think?
I think so too. I think we got
Yeah.
everything we needed from the first race. Every single person had something going on, and it definitely was not boring, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we now have 22 drivers, 11 teams. A lot of teams have been rebranded. So Audi is new on the grid. They were a rebranded team, but then we have a brand new team, Cadillac. So it was really exciting to see where everybody stood. What the biggest takeaway that I got from the entire weekend is that Charles is so disappointed in how well Mercedes is doing. Like he's just sad that they were like sandbagging and like during the Bahrain testing, because he was just like really blown away. He thought he had it.
I think everyone was blown away. They were hiding their cards a little bit.
Yeah, I actually think that, well, I know Mercedes is such a seasoned team and they know how to win constructors and drivers championships. So I think that they're going to easy breezy win the season, because last year with McLaren, there is a lot of like ifs, like if they were going to win the world's drivers champion, if they were going to win the constructors because of their papaya rules. But Toto's not going to play into any of that.
No.
They know how to win. They know how to pull the strategy. So we got to bet. We got to bet on Mercedes winning.
I mean, honestly, I think they probably have it locked. And having Kimi help, obviously George is he's been around and the car is great, but Kimi, big race from Kimi. If Kimi does this all season, they're done. It's over.
He's going to be winning races. I don't think Mercedes cares as much about records like Red Bull does, having the youngest driver, having the most this, the most that. But it would definitely be pretty epic to have Kimi break some records as well. But I think that will happen naturally, not because of team orders or anything like that. A lot of the commentators in the race were saying how, you know, if George's tires didn't make it, it's Kimi's race to win.
Yeah. No, it's so true. But I'm so excited for him. I feel like he had a great start last year and it's going to be a really good year for him. Like, it's going to be fun and a great confidence boost for him in the first race. Like, could you ask for anything better? I feel like no.
Yeah, I feel like I have to pick new favorite drivers, just like remake my list because of the new rookies. I mean, I really, really love Isaac. We met him in Zandvoort and I didn't realize.
Isaac.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it was so exciting to be in Zandvoort that I saw Isaac and I ran up to him and I asked him for a picture and like he was not having it. And then Ash, you told me, you're like, well, did you just see what happened to him? And he had like been like, I don't know, he couldn't qualify or something. He was not happy. Like there was something wrong with his car. And then that weekend he ended up getting a podium. So it was like so crazy to see how he was like so down to like his peak. But I definitely have Isaac in my top 3 drivers now. And I do think that Australia might be one of those cursed tracks for him, because last year he crashed out on the formation lap. And this year he did so well. He was top 4, top 3 in quali. Do you know?
Crushed it in qualifying. Crushed it.
Do you know what position he came in? Do we have to look this up?
In qualifying? I think 3rd.
Yeah, he
right?
got 3rd in qualifying,
3rd?
yeah. And then unfortunately in the race he had a power unit or like an engine issue. And
Such a shame.
DNF'd in Australia. Yeah.
I saw something that was like Charles. Oh no. I was just going to go into Oscar, but I was going to say the curses are getting passed around. Charles had a curse. It's broken. Maybe Isaac has one now. And then unfortunately, poor Oscar is dabbling in a curse too.
There's definitely an Australian curse. No Australian driver has been on the podium. Not Danny, not Webber, which is Oscar's manager. No, but honestly, it was so devastating to not see like Oscar get to start in his home Grand Prix. Like my heart was actually, like, I felt so bad for him.
For him, the fans, I mean, he's
Mom.
No,
Like his family.
everyone.
Yeah, I mean, they had
Crazy.
grandsons. Yeah. Yeah, I actually did not see the crash happen live. I don't know what was playing. I was watching like the pre-race and they were not playing that. Like I saw it on a TikTok.
Yeah, I watched the F1 did like a highlight reel upload, and that's the first time I saw it clearly, but I don't even know what happened.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened either. Okay, so something else that I wanted to add in is that I don't think anybody is an expert for the 2026 season, like in terms of F1. So we have new regulations, the cars look totally different. And usually, to be honest, every season when there's a new livery launch or a new car, they all look the same to me. But I can
Yeah.
actually really tell the difference in these cars, especially from the back. Like I can tell that I'm watching F1 in 2026 and not like in 2024, 2025. And they also sound different. And I am so excited to get to hear this live. I mean, we know
Live.
that when you're on a track, if you've never been to a Grand Prix, you definitely need to plan and save up for it. I know that can be like a life goal, but really the energy, the smell, the air, it's just such a sensory experience in its own. And I'm really hoping we experience it in 2025 because I want to hear
Well,
how these new cars sound.
we have to. I think that's the perfect excuse for us to get to a race, not like we needed one. But honestly, I feel like I was nerding out standing next to you because it's so true. Every single aspect of the race, like it's almost overwhelming between like the
Yeah.
smell of the tires, the sound, everything. So as a fan, it's like, it's an overwhelming experience. But honestly, it'll be so interesting to see how that compares to last year to this year because to your point, everything's changed.
So starting off the race, Charles took that lead. Then George took the lead, and it was just a tangle between George and Charles for a couple
A
of
tango.
laps. A tango, and it was good. It was so good to see racing, and
It was
also
good.
so good to see that there was still overtake. So we no longer have DRS. We now have overtake. So when I first saw that pop up on the screen, it said overtake enabled, and I honestly had to look it up because I wasn't too sure if that's something that
Yeah.
had always been there. But instead, there's no DRS, so there's no like rear wing opening the flaps. So what this overtake enable means, it's basically it just allows the car to have more power to allow for that overtake. So that's your little F the day. And also these cars are supposed to have less dirty air. So
I
some
saw
of the
that.
changes, yeah, some of the changes, and the overtake works because there is a lot of overtaking in this race.
Well, I guess something that I was kind of confused on is that so you use the overtake button, right? And that gives you some extra power, but then I think it almost drains the battery pack. So then if you don't
Yeah.
get the overtake when you are using it, then you're almost kind of a little behind after that. So it's almost strategic the way they have to use it, but I don't even think I still understand the whole concept of how that works.
Yeah, we'll have to ask one of our more techie friends to come in and explain this, or I'm sure we'll catch on as we keep watching. But that is what the commentators were saying, that it just really
Nice.
seemed like George was willing to drain his battery to not be running behind Charles because he didn't want the dirty air. But yeah, it was so great to see, and I'm actually so excited. I'm wondering if George and Charles are contenders for the championship, like what their pettiness is going to be like, because we obviously know they're kind of all friends, but they're still competing. And like, at least how Netflix will make it play out, or just like the media, there was like a little tension between Oscar and Lando. And I mean, we experienced that tension in person because we were in Zandvoort, like when they were still really fighting for the drivers' championship, and we see Lando and Max and Lewis. But I think that like George tries to be so like gentleman-like and just like well-liked, but he still
Yeah.
has his petty remarks. And
He
I
does.
think Charles is also like a true gentleman, and Charles is always very like focused on himself and hard on himself. So I think it's going to be really funny to see like what their pettiness is like, because it's going to happen if they are the contenders.
Theirs is going to play out like actually during the race, but also in the interviews. I feel like both of them are so, I don't know if it's unintentional or intentionally funny, that whatever happens in those races is going to come out during the interviews, and it's just going to create like, we're going to get it on both sides. I feel like Lando and Oscar are both like so respectful, and like they were so good last season where the media kind of had to make the narrative. I feel like
because they're also teammates.
I feel like we're going to get bits from George and we're going to get bits from Charles, and we're going to be entertained. We're definitely going to be entertained.
Already in the cool down room, George asked something, I think it was kind of sarcastically, and Charles responded, well, that's easy to say when you have the best car on the grid. Poor Charles. He's always so tormented.
That's exactly it.
Just know that Charles
That's exactly
is
it. We're going to get that.
Charles is always listening to Torture Poets Department because he's like a torture driver.
100%. We should do that.
Like,
we should assign albums to the different drivers, and 100% Charles locked in.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is such a great segue because Ollie Behrman's like pre-race playlist is out on Apple, and it has like 4 Taylor Swift songs. It's all like Reputation in 1989, and like little Ollie, like I just like love him, and I picture him just like, you know, very calmly with his like AirPods on, but like he's jamming to like Is It Over Now and like all these Taylor Swift songs. Did you not know that?
No, but I love so much that Ollie's pre-race playlist is our going out playlist. I think that's perfect.
Our get ready playlist.
Perfect.
Like, yeah, we're getting ready
get
for
ready going out playlist. I'm just gonna add his to mine, and I'm just gonna use that.
Yeah, I'm a Spotify girl, so I can't add it, but we'll recreate it. I'm sure somebody already did.
Yeah.
Okay. You will get this, and some of our listeners will get this. Lindbald sounds like a character in ACOTAR, like Sarah J. Maas World. Like, he just kept saying his last name. I know that's his last name, but it just sounds like a character in ACOTAR. And also, congrats to him. P8 points on debut fighting Lewis. What? That was ballsy. Yeah, so great for the rookie Lindbald. I'll always think of Sarah J. Maas, and I'm sorry if I just made you all think of ACOTAR, but that's where my brain. We need a nickname for him. What should we call him?
I don't know.
Avery?
But I think this is so relevant for, it's like a big week for Sarah J. Maas, so I feel like it's not a surprise that this is coming to your brain. Yeah.
She was on Call Her Daddy. I'm not a Call Her Daddy fan. Like, I don't listen to.
But we're huge ACOTAR fans.
But like, yes, this is an F1 podcast, but this is a fangirl podcast as well.
And that fangirl has no limits.
Fangirl has no
limits.
We have range.
No, we have range. That's what it is. Fangirls have range, and we have range.
Okay. We have range. Yeah. We are diverse girls.
We are.
So obviously we love ACOTAR, SJM. To be honest, I don't think I've been able to read a book after I finished. God, Darlene, where is your brain? I can't remember the name of the
last
series.
book.
Not ACOTAR.
Fourth one?
The one with her other series. Throne of Glass. Okay.
Throne of Glass.
They came back to me. Throne of Glass was, I think, the last series I read. And then I read Crescent City 3.
Yeah, I had severe post-read depression after Throne of Glass because it was perfect.
Just honestly,
perfect.
Like, I can't really stay sitting still, so nothing is worth me sitting down to read. So I'll just audiobook a lot of things, but SJM, I do sit down and read and like make it this whole ritual. Speaking of fangirldom, Harry Styles' new album came out this weekend, and I am a huge Harry Styles fan. I feel like there is such great crossover into F1, One Direction fans, Harry Styles. Like, we've seen Harry intertwined into F1 before. I really hope he attends a race. Me and Ashley are going to
Silverstone?
Yes, we're going to the Together tour, which we have the best pipeline lineup of any fangirl possible. So we are in the pit for Harry Styles, and the following weekend we are going to Silverstone. What more can you ask for?
Nothing. I actually couldn't plan a more perfect weekend if I tried. This is the escalation.
The summer of our lives.
It might be the summer of our lives.
I wonder
I'm
if
so
Harry will
excited.
show up. Maybe he'll sing the national anthem.
Helicopter
He has
in.
this,
Drop him
yeah,
off.
helicopter in. He has a song called American Girls. I want it to be remixed to Pitwall Girls, like Pitwall Girls all over the world. I don't think you've listened to the song yet, but like
I
it would be
haven't, but
so
there
cute.
must be someone that
All
can
the
make that
Pitwall
happen for
Girls.
us.
We'll find someone. If
We
you
need
can
to
make
find
that happen
someone.
for us, we
Let us
we
know.
need a new podcast intro. So like, oh my God, Pitwall Girls all over the world. And with AI, I'm sure they can even have Harry sing it to us.
We could just have you sing it.
No, I do not sing that. That clip of me singing might get cut out when I listen back to it. I'll leave it for the people.
We
We'll
have
be
to leave it.
authentic.
We
We'll be
have to leave it.
authentic. Okay, well, girls, I have this thing. Actually, sorry to go off like on a tangent, but I just like create these jingles all the time. Our friend Sarah Choi has a jingle of me, and I don't sing, but I can definitely come up with a jingle. And now Pitwall Girls all over the world will play in my head forever, and I hope it plays into all the Pitwall Girls all over the world.
It has to.
This
It has to.
podcast
That's
is listened
getting
to
mixed in.
in over like 21 countries, by the way.
I mean,
We are international.
incredible.
Ashley, your voice
global.
is going to be playing globally. One of our
We're already
hottest
filming
spots.
this on 2 continents.
Wow.
We're
Do you
so
want to know
global.
where we're listened to the most?
I
At
would
least
love to.
previously. I think it was Germany.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
The
Well,
Germans love us.
we love Germany. Maybe
Maybe
that should be on our list of our summer tour.
I unfortunately had a horrible experience in Berlin and never went back to Germany, but I would love to
I
visit
do
the
think that was
country
your
and have-
fault.
Yeah, I thought it was summer and it wasn't. And we also had food poisoning and we just like couldn't eat anything. But
I
well,
feel like
maybe we
everyone
better-
has an experience like that, and it has nothing to do with the place that you're in. It's just like a perfect storm of just like bad things that happen.
Okay, we'll go back. We'll
We'll go
We'll
back.
do a meet and greet in Germany.
Perfect.
And all the Pitwall Girls will make it better. Okay, and then just to like wrap up the race recap, Oscar Piastri didn't start, Hulkenberg didn't start, Bottas was out on lap 18, Isaac was out on lap 12. This did trigger virtual safety cars. Alonso DNF'd at some point. We knew that was going to happen because the Aston Martins just couldn't handle the full racing. The virtual safety cars, I think Ferrari could have won the race or at least had a P2 and like it could have been Mercedes, Ferrari, or even a Ferrari
Isn't that
win.
so crazy?
Had they split their strategy. So Lewis did call on the radio and he's like, hey, why didn't you split the strategy? And the commentators I watch on F1 TV,
Wait.
Apple TV.
I have seen the funniest comments on everything from the F1 highlights being like, every other team doing strategy during virtual safety car, Ferrari team making pasta in the back. Like Lewis is like on the
At
radio,
the
like,
Ferrari cafe.
please let me pit. Please let me pit. And they're like, sorry,
Yeah.
like the pasta's al dente, can't come in.
Yeah, so that everybody listening knows, the F1 radios that we hear during the race, those are just like the hottest radios or, you know, what's going to make clickbait. But you can actually listen to the full radios of what is actually going on between drivers and teams. And they were saying like, okay, Lewis is calling out the strategy, but he could have just said, hey, I want to pit. And he probably didn't want to be the one to go in. But like I don't know.
Yeah.
They should have definitely split the strategy. Like, yeah.
Really, anything
that's
would have
hilarious.
probably been better. But, you know, we try
Yeah.
again next weekend.
And yeah, and then I would say like midpoint through the race, it was like smooth sailing, nothing too eventful. George did win with Kimi in second place and Charles in third. And even though P3 is great, I think that for Charles, that feels really devastating.
I mean, I saw so many things that said Ferrari really did have the pace. So, I mean, we'll see. I feel like Charles has a chance to win a bunch of races this season. So hopefully this just makes him come out like hungrier, I guess. That would be fun for
Yeah.
us. So we'll see.
And how can we forget Max Verstappen? Should we take it back to quali? Tell us what happened with
Driver
Max.
of the day. Do you know what's so funny? He started literally last in the lineup, and somehow he just casually ends up at 6 at the end of the race, and it's not even a story because everyone's like, it's just Max. It's just Max.
I mean,
It's just Max.
not surprised and not shocked.
No, it's like
But
you knew he was gonna end up in the points. It was just kind of a matter of where, but still, driver of the day.
yeah, so believe it or not, some of our listeners don't watch quali and they don't watch the race. They just keep up with F1 thanks to us. So we do a middle mix of reporting on what happened. But for those that don't know, Max was out in Q1 of quali on Saturday. And that's why he started the race last, not because he did bad in quali, but yeah, because he went into a gravel trap and spun out and couldn't qualify.
Yeah,
which is
he said he had
crazy.
some sort
what
of...
a rookie mistake.
Okay, Darlene, let's relax. He said there was some sort of lockup or something, so we're gonna move on, and
That's what
we'll
they say
see what
to not
happens.
hurt his ego.
But it's crazy because even from 20th, always relevant.
Yeah. Okay, so we will save the F101s and all the education in detail, but just to sprinkle something in. Before, there used to be 20 drivers, and the way quali would work is bottom 5 would go and then, race for the fastest time, get dropped out. Then the next 5, so it was left with your top 10 competing for pole. Now, bottom 6, bottom 12. Yeah, bottom 12. And then it is still 10 competing in that Q3. We'll go more into detail if that didn't make sense, but I was wondering how they were going to do it, and I think 6, 6, 10 makes sense.
I agree. Because the points don't change. It's still you're only finishing in the top 10 with points, so might as well keep it the same.
Yeah. Okay, anything else? Do you have any questions? We got to do that last one segment, but anything you want to add, Ashley?
Nothing other than I'm so excited for the season. I'm so excited for Pitwall Girls. And I just hope that we're thoroughly entertained and that everyone else is thoroughly entertained this year.
Yeah. We can hop to a little WAG watch segment. We love the WAGs. We're not going to be speculating on anybody's lives. This is F1 on and off the grid. And we got to talk about what's happening in the paddock with fashion because the WAGs were slaying. Alex slayed all weekend. I mean, everybody's outfits were amazing. There in Australia, they do gala on the grid. What is it called? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I think that's right.
Glamour on the grid. Glamour on the grid. Hannah had a necklace with the circuits.
I saw that.
It was so cool.
That
was like over 1,500 diamonds.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. I loved the necklace. It was
I saw the necklace
unique.
and I was like, it just looked like intricate detail, but you couldn't 100% tell what it was. But then they did a feature of it.
Yeah.
Insane.
I would love it as a bracelet.
Insane.
I think as a bracelet, it obviously would have to be smaller circuits. But
I mean, the pattern in general, other than the fact that was like serious ice that she showed up in, amazing.
And then, yes, Alex Leclerc, new last name. It was so funny. She did a Get Ready With Me for like Vogue Australia. And everybody's like, oh my God, her voice. And I was like, with the Leclerc last name, she talks.
Oh, yeah. She, as always, crushed it, smashed it. Amazing. She has a new glow about her.
Yes, that post-wedding glow. I can't wait to cover the F1 royal wedding. Okay. So we do need the help of anybody listening to this to come up with a new segment name for this section because I will participate in it. Ashley can also participate in it, and we want all the girlies to participate in it. But I am on the dating apps, and my profile is very F1 centric because that's just my life. Like, what do you do? I watch F1 and I podcast. There's a lot of pictures of me at F1 Grand Prix. So the men are always commenting about how do I get into the races and just very F1 stuff. Some are like cool, they're just like asking who my favorite driver is. It's great to connect with people who are also fans, but then you get kind of like annoying questions, and this doesn't have to be just like the annoying questions, but we need a name for the segment, something around like what the men are saying about F1 and like being a fangirl in the sport. But I would like to play a voice note that I got from somebody on my Hinge, and then maybe we can answer his little question. What do you say?
I think the men are really out here doing the most, and we need everyone to hear what we're hearing.
Yeah, I didn't respond to him, but I'm going to play this. Should we name him? I mean, it doesn't matter. We don't have to name him.
Can you concisely explain to me what the obsession with F1 is? I get that it's a good story that they tell around it, but I'm not going to lie, I don't understand the excitement.
You don't understand the excitement. I can't help you, sir. Honestly.
I love that there's a good story. A good story. And the
song, he was listening to like some trap music in the back.
I was just going to say that. It sounds like he's like in a frat house on a couch listening to trap music being like, F1? I just don't understand it.
He works in AI. He's 30 years old, and he doesn't understand the excitement around F1.
Maybe you should
tell
reply.
him?
You might need to reply with a link to the pod and say, if you want the story, tune in.
Okay. Your question was actually answered on air. So what I would say to this question is, if you know, you know, and I do think that it requires a special type of person. Like, what do you mean you don't know the excitement around it? Like, what makes you excited? Maybe you're excited by cooking. Maybe you're excited by sports. I think I've always been a little bit excited by sports. I really like basketball. I like, community events, like things like that. So, I mean, it makes sense that I am so into Formula One. But what I would say is that in F1, there is something for everyone. And it's just such a high performance sport in every aspect, right? Like, you have to have the smartest engineers, the smartest mechanics, the most fit drivers, just
it's a
the
team
most
sport.
dedicated.
People forget, but it's a team sport.
It is the most team sport. You have to have the most dedicated type of people. So whatever you're into, he works for AI. He should look into how Anthropic is coming into the Williams team and how they use AI. And if I was super into that, I would think that's fascinating. What's so exciting about it to me is how these drivers dedicate their lives to being great at something, how high speed it is, how you're going all over the world. Being there in person, it's also pretty cool to see the difference between being in Miami and being in Vegas and being in Monaco and being in Zandvoort, and how you also get a little bit of the culture from that. So you and I, we really enjoy traveling. So to me, I love that I can go travel to a new place and still go to a sporting event that only happens once a year. I mean, I can talk about this, how it's so exciting.
But it is cool. And especially traveling to I don't know, we went to Amsterdam, but even going to a different city and everyone there is excited about the same thing that you are, even walking into the race and you're with all the fans, it is so cool. And there's so much hype.
Yeah.
And it's just something that's so easy to get into. Yes.
Yeah, I mean.
Yes.
So for me, I got into the sport during the pandemic when we lost a lot of that community, and I think there was a lot of community online. So for me, that is definitely a pillar. But also think about the people that we're friends with today. We may not talk to them on a daily basis, but we are such good friends, and we met them once at a race.
Yeah.
It's just
no, it's so
bonding.
True. It's instant connection because you have something in common. And it's the people that go to these races are so passionate that it's you talk to them as if you've known them for a long time just because you feel so strongly about the same thing. And it's just fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Should I respond to him? Your question was just answered live on the podcast.
Yes.
I don't really want to respond right now. But I think this was great and such a fun segment. A question that I get a lot is how can you afford to go to Monaco? Guys, it's just a country. Just go.
We just showed up. I think the biggest thing that Darlene has ever taught me is don't count yourself out of anything. Why not you? Just show up. Who cares? Why not you? Why not us?
Yeah.
Why not Monaco? Should we go?
Why not us? The answer is to always go.
Always go.
We didn't do team radios today, which is supposed to be our little signature what the F, fave, and oh my God moment of the race. It doesn't even just have to be team radios. It could be your fave WTF, oh my God moment of the race. And I think that a lot of times my fave, oh my God, and WTFs merge, and definitely like an oh my God, but a bad oh my God was Oscar not starting the race. WTF was Isaac DNFing, and like my fave moment, I think seeing Charles and George battle on track starting the race. Do
I
you
agree.
have fave WTFs? Oh my God.
I feel like mine are aligned with yours. I think
Because we're always aligned.
well, we're always
Because we have the
aligned.
same human design. If you guys are into human design, me and Ashley have a crazy similar chart. This might not make sense to that many people listening, but if you're into
It didn't
human
make sense to
design-
me until Darlene explained it, so that's okay.
Oh my God, we have to do the drivers' human design charts.
I mean,
do that.
there's infinite room to go through that.
Mhm.
But no, I think mine are the same. Like, I think Oscar has to be the same. I think Isaac has to be the same. And then the only thing I would add in maybe is Kimmy. I'm just happy for him. I want him to have a great season.
Oh, he's going to have a stellar season.
I hope so.
We
I
got
hope
a
so.
wink from
People
Toto.
are saying generational talent. That's crazy.
Those are some big shoes to fill.
Big words. The people are saying big words.
We also met
For
him.
someone who just got their driver's license last year.
Yeah. He was so fun to meet. He was like, he said thank you
So
to us for
nice.
taking a picture with him. Like he
Yeah,
thought
thank
we
you
were
to
the
us.
celebs.
Thank you to us.
He's like-
as if we're not doing anything other than running around.
Literally running
We're
up and
flagging
down,
him
back and
down.
forth.
Thank you so
He
much.
thought we were the
Thank you so
celebs,
much
like-
for flagging me down. Thank you so much.
Okay, well, in a week's time, we're racing in China. We are full speed. Back-to-back
excited.
races.
We are,
Yeah, I'm
we are
excited
mobile.
too.
We are
I'm
so
excited
back.
to
We are
see
so back.
What
Honestly,
what
I was
the
waiting.
teams do. I'm surprised there wasn't more chaos.
With the teams.
Yeah, with just like the race to drivers.
I mean, I think that almost like the chaos that you normally see is just because everything else is set. I feel like there's just so much chaos with the cars themselves that like we didn't even get into like strategy and teams because there's cars pulling over left and right.
Yeah.
Like
for
I feel
sure.
like that was the chaos. But then as people start to get a hand on it into the season, maybe we'll start getting into that. But like no
Okay,
notes on
well-
the first race. No notes.
All good. Next year we'll be there. Right?
We have to we have to make it to Australia.
Yeah, that is my dream.
I mean, it's an amazing race. First race, amazing vibes.
Maybe
Everyone there is
maybe
so
if
fun.
if we're there, we'll get an Australian on the podium with our good juju. We'll be
If
the curse
Oscar-
breakers.
Send Oscar? Did you hear
Oscar,
that?
fly us out to Australia. We'll break the curse. You don't need a
We
net
are
witch. You have the
manifesting
Pitwall Girls. We'll send the
generators.
good vibes. Yeah. Okay, well, we need to wrap up. This has been amazing. Just like the first race of the season, this is our first episode of the season, Ashley's first episode ever podcasting. So let us know how we did. Let us know what we should name boys asking us about F1 so that you can
Yes.
send in your voice notes or whatever questions the boys are asking. I think that could be like a really fun series. So let us know in the comments. Our DMs are open. You can comment on Spotify and make sure that you are actually subscribed to our podcast wherever you listen to podcasts or watch on YouTube. But for now, the Pitwall Girls are signing off. We'll be back
Signing off.
in a week's
First episode,
time.
first race, done.
Woo!